folks, and welcome back to Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. We're here in our beginner parts. We're at Factory Capers today, an abandoned factory complex, an opportunity to build a mechanical-themed amusement park. We have to have 1,100 guests in our park by the end of October year 3, with a park rating of at least 300 would be easy. All right. Again, this is one of those parks where it's like, whoa, there's so much new stuff here. That's kind of wild. All the scenery, and I think that's what they're doing, just trying to show off all the new stuff that was available. And look, even the multiple entryways. This is the Six Flags themed ones. Super, super cool. Really a big fan of all of the stuff they did to get this stuff working. With that said, I'm going to get rid of all the paths because the pathing in this is atrocious. And yeah, I don't want it to be there anymore. Once we get all of that fixed, I'm going to clear out a lot of the scenery because it's also atrocious. Then we'll approach the park in a more reasonable manner here. But I need to get rid of all of the stuff here because it's just a hot mess. So let's go over here and get rid of all of this stuff. Also, it's a nice little boon for us to get some cash. And the other nice thing about this park, if I remember correctly, it's been a long time since I played this one, but if I remember this correctly, this park also allows us to expand our landmass. So we're not stuck with what we have. And if I remember correctly, I usually built like some big tall coasters out in this area. Let me just double check and see if that's still the case. Yeah, look at that. Oh, actually, we already own it. Cool. All right, that makes it even better. When I don't have to spend money on things, it makes life better. All right, so let's go through, get all of this out of here. I don't care if it's in the spirit of whatever it was. It's my park. I get to do what I want with it. And right now, I want to just demolish all of the paths and get rid of all that stuff so we can focus on some better things here. I also don't know what the park rating thing, because like we have no park rating right now. Like, does that actually, if I were to like not open this park for like, let's say a year, would I lose because my park rating is below 600? Because I don't technically have a park rating at that point? I don't know. All right, so we got all that. The moving gears are super cool. I love all that stuff, but I'm going to get rid of it all because we don't need it. And it's going to give us a little bit of cash for some of these things. There we go. Okay. Now we have this phallic lake here along with all of this. Oh, I did install that mod that I talked about last time. So I'll pause it real fast. But if you go into the map menu and hover over it or hold it, you get Bench Warmer, which allows you to build all of the things. So you can add benches and bins to paths. All you have to do is hit build. Oh, I can't do it when the game is paused, my bad. But all I should have to do is hit build. And look at that. It fills them in every other. It's super cool. Completely, totally unnecessary, but I kind of dig it. All right, so let's go through here. We're going to have a main pathway coming up here. You can see it's building it for us as we kind of go out here. We're going to go out to Phallic Lake, and then we'll kind of see what we want to do from there. Taking a look at our rides that we have. We have a lot of cash available to us right now. Got a lot of good flat rides. Decent selection of coasters. Not the best, but it's also not the worst. Good selection of thrill rides and an okay selection of water rides and a really good selection. We got a cash machine, baby. All right, so let's go through here. I really just want coasters and thrill rides. I would love splash boats, but we need to get some other stuff built there first. So we're going to build the first little leg, which is going to go out here. We'll take care of all of that in that area. So we'll do something like this. I love that this is, I wish I could set like custom so there could be 2 benches per one thing, but basically it's doing an automatic every other, which is fine. But let's go ahead and get some of our basic stuff in here. Again, our goal is people in this park, so we don't want to price people out entirely, but I also need to make money to get started with here, so it's going to be a little bit of both. All right, so that's our basic setup. We're going to get started with a ride right at the gate, which is just going to be a nice little carousel, because why not? Oh, we're stuck with the missions. Okay. That's one thing we need to be concerned about that I did not realize, but we'll make sure we pay attention to that. Oof, I don't like that. This thing also adds TVs on every stand that it has, so there's that. But we'll open up the park here now. We'll add some staff. All right, we have all of our staff in there. All that's good. Thrill ride wise, it's already been raining, so I kind of want to make sure we have a solution for that. I don't think I set this one up for success yet. No, I did not. All right. Open that up. I don't care about the color scheme, even though it's terrible. I do not like having these at every spot. I think that sucks, but I'm not going to juke the stats. I'm not going to play with it too much because it's fine. $3 for a sandwich sounds fine. We need some drinks. Man, I got so much good stuff to start off with here. It's not even like a challenge in the traditional sense of getting all of the basic parts established here. All right, so I'm going to build some type of coaster in here, I think. Just need to see what we want to do. I think I'm probably going to go with a custom little family coaster here, although I want something that's more intense. Maybe we'll go with a custom wood coaster in this area. So what can we make with that? 4 cars. Okay. It's going to be a little baby coaster, and that's fine. We can build a baby coaster. Ooh, this is all new updates here. So I updated the version of the game that I was on because I realized that I was a little out of date. I was on version 4.17, and I think 4.24 is what I'm running now. And yeah, there's some updates that are quite lovely on there. All right, we're going to go like that, and then we'll pop it on up. All right, I'm going to throw... I don't think we're actually going to make it up that high. So we're going to come back around, level it out, and drop it like it's hot over on this side. Once we make some more smaller curves there. All right. All right. Go through there. What do we... Entrance fee is too high. No, it's not. It's $10. And we're going to have a coaster here in a second. And this thing is going to absolutely rip through this whole area. So we'll do that. Switch that back there. Bam. Bam. Throw it on our photo section. Actually, I could do 3, right? Would do that. Flatten out and then break it up. And that should be fine. Let's turn that back on. Line can go there, X can go there. Let's test and see what we got. 2 trains is fine. Wait for a full load, all that. We'll make sure the lift hill is going as fast as possible. Test that out. So we do have one guest in the park right now who was willing to stomach the $10. All right, I'm going to paint this thing to be a little bit more menacing looking. We're going to try to make this look semi-realistic. All right, I did not watch it, how fast it went through any of that. I didn't pay attention at all. So I'm going to take a look at the second one here and just see what it's doing. All of that's good speed. Happy with that. Oh yeah, she's booking, but like, it's not like terrible. And comes into those brakes relatively fast, but it's okay. All right, that's all well and good. For a park that we don't have the option of charging stuff for, we absolutely have to make sure we have on-ride photos whenever humanly possible. So we'll do that. No, I want you to connect there. All right, and then that's there. Let's do some quick math and see what we got. I don't even have my phone on me to do the quick math, so I'm gonna have to do it in my head. 58, oh, that's easy. We can do that math. So 29 seconds is the max time. We're gonna lower that down to like 25. Minimum wait time is gonna be like 20. Wait for a full load, all that stuff. Stats are good. Let's open that bad boy up. And we still have money to play with, which is always where we want to be. All right, we got that. Ocean simulator, boom, boom, boom. Actually, let's make it just a touch longer. There we go. Get rid of that. Put a cash machine over there. We're gonna need another bathroom. Let's see, what else do we want to put in? Chicken nuggets. Of course. Do we have more drinks or no? Doesn't appear so. I'll even put another info kiosk back there. All right. We have a good setup, I think. We can now start going advertising for... Let's do for the whole park. We can afford the whole thing, so we're going to do that. And that should put us in much better shape. We're going to have to advertise a lot for this one to keep it going, but I think we'll be okay. What I'm thinking right now is this area back here is going to be our log flume, and then we'll build out over here next. So I want to kind of just draw people over here, and then we'll build something else in that area. Maybe. We'll find out where exactly all this is going to lay and what we're doing with it all. We'll add in some rough little theming things, even though it's not really theming. No, that doesn't belong there. Go back there. All right, as far as the rest of that goes. Again, the peeps don't really particularly care about theming, so I'm not going to go bananas with any of this. Just going to try to make some of this stuff look like it's a rough kind of mechanical coal mining kind of area. River Rapids Ride would be nice as well, because that generally goes well with the theming of that idea. But we just don't have that yet. Throw in little bits where we can. And this is a weird part because we generally don't want people using up their money, but at the same time, we do have cash machines now, so that's a big plus. And we also need to be able to get enough cash out of the gate here. Like we're only $717 or $710 in as far as how much we've made off of this. So it's going to be a little bit of a struggle here to move forward. We got a looping coaster, fantastic. We can put a shuttle loop in here really easily. That might be what we put over on this side as a shuttle loop to kind of anchor at that side of the park. And we'll see what that does. Splinter so far has made us negative $30, but you can see that we are making money because we've sold a number of on-ride photos. Not a lot, we've sold 2, but we'll get there. I should look and see, I'm going to pause it real fast, just how much money we can borrow if we need to. Oh my, we can borrow lots of money. Okay, we will be fine. All right, we have to have 1,100 by year 3. Okay. So do we have any other things that we want to put in there that are interesting or fun or anything else along those lines? I don't think so. I don't want to go too crazy with all this. And that should have increased the excitement. No, it absolutely did. This thing's running much better, I think, right now as far as its capacity. Our on-ride photos are going up roughly 7%. 9% of people are buying them. You can see, but that does impact our total profit. We were at negative 30, now we're at negative 26. So we're slowly digging ourselves out of that hole. And if we can just cover operating costs, that's fine, because this is a drag on us, this is a drag on us, this is a drag on us. We need to be able to generate some more income, some more stuff. So let's take a look at our thoughts and see. What do you mean it's too crowded here? Where the heck are you that's too crowded? No, it's not too crowded there. I'm sorry. That's just not what it is. That's the one problem with like the multiple entrances. They can get a little funky sometimes. All right. So we're doing fine. We have a launch free fall coming our way. Fantastic. Let's get that log flume figured out here. I love this one. Splash Mine's one of my favorite. Like, it's perfect in every sense. Like, it's a great ride. It's themed well. It does all the things. If I'm building a kind of canned ride, this is usually one of the ones that goes on the list for me because I think it's really good. I'm not going to build that today. I'm going to build a custom one, but if you're looking for one that can print money and do all the things you need to do, that's the ride for you. All right, but we're going to do this. Let's come over there, spin around a little bit. So we'll do that. Do there, and then we'll flip you around with our reverse. I actually really like that they, the developers of OpenRCT have kind of segmented some of that stuff out. It's very helpful. Helps you organize and see everything much more easily. And I just overall dig it. All right, we're gonna do that. Come back up. And nice thing is we can build out here because we have construction rights. So we're going to put a reverse track on that. We'll do that. It's going to come down to 10. We'll throw an on-ride photo section there. Yeah, we'll do that. Do I want it to go? Let me just see real fast. What I'm deciding right now is if I need it to drop down 1 or 2 before it gets here. Yeah, I need to drop down at least 1. And there we go. All right. The line for this is going to be a disaster because I didn't actually... Yeah, no, it's going to be a disaster. That's just what it is. It's fine. Let's go ahead and test it. Let's see what we got. I'm going to put 18 boats. Actually, how many can I fit? 20. Let's go with 22. Let's go with 20. That sounds reasonable. So I'm gonna have to go there. Then I think we're gonna have to go under. No, we don't have to go underground. We can build it back here. Just borrow a little cash. Okay. That's my only problem right now. Okay. All right, so. Have that come up like so. And now we just need to throw that on there like so, once we have some more money. There we go. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. All right, at least we're not missing out on anything right now. All of that is working just fine. These guys slow down in plenty enough time. If we take a look, it'll be fine. It's boat 1, 2 minutes and 23 or 32 seconds, excuse me. So 150, let's just go to 160. Divided by 20. All right. What do I need to do here? What is that, 8 seconds? So we're going to go with 7 here because it's a little less than that, and the minimum could be 5. We'll open that up and we'll see what that does. Again, we're trying to roughly get half of the boats leaving, the other half are back here. It's not anywhere close to that right now, but that's okay. Generally, that's what I try to achieve, but I did not even come close to achieving that in this one. But that's okay. Let's see, we're going to put some fencing around that just because we can. Again, there's not a lot of like customization options for some of this stuff in the game. That's okay. Got a corkscrew coaster, fantastic. Again, more shuttle loops, simple, easy capacity. Looks like my timing on there is not terrible. It can be shortened up by about a second probably and be fine, but it's not bad. And we have room for another ride here because this will branch up here. This one's going to branch out, and then we can meet back around over there. I want to get another coaster over there at some point. But I'm happy with where we're at right now. We have 450-ish guests in the park right now. This ride has a full line. 8 minutes. Cool. This ride could be much better if it had better capacity, but it just doesn't have that great capacity. We did get it up to 7.4. It's doing roughly 1,500 guest thing, and money-wise, it's made money. There we go. That's what we're looking for. This one here has a capacity well over double, or close to double. Not well over double, but it's already made more money than what this one has, at least in the same time period. Because this is brand new. It's already made us, what, 40 bucks? 60 bucks? Yeah, it's awesome. All right, I'm going to go in here, put on some the wood stuff there just to make it look a little nicer. Do the same thing over here because I'm neurotic and leave me alone. Thought-wise, what we got? Yeah, we're going to start upping the price of the park now. I feel like we've gotten enough stuff in there. This line is going to be terribly long. Although it's 4 minutes right now, and it's only about half full, so 8 minutes sounds reasonable. We'll throw an entertainer in here too, just for funsies. Which one is it? Is there any that makes sense with where we're at? Not really. So leave it, Mr. Elephant. I'm going to add on one more mechanic, just because we have a lot of space that we need to cover here. And otherwise, I think we're okay. Financially, We still have 1 week remaining on that. And then if we really want to juice our stats, we can do half price entry to the park and get lots of people in here really quickly. Don't want to do that quite yet because we don't have the capacity for it, quite honestly. We're just about at capacity for this park. Take a look. This is the only ride that doesn't have full passengers. Everything else pretty much is stacked. So we're going to need to approach that in a little bit different of a way here soon enough. All right. Yeah, I know the advertising campaign is finished. I'm going to pause real fast. We'll do an advertising campaign for the log flume. It's going to be $2,400. So we'll do that. And with our leftover money, depending on where we're at here, ooh, I could throw one of these and twist it all through there as well. I'm not going to do that quite yet. So we're going to do that there and there. Actually, let me put that all the way over here. All right, I'm happy with that. Do that, fantastic. Launch zones there. 10 minutes, wait for a full load, maximum wait time, and 47. We'll test that out, and we should be good to go. Otherwise here, nope, not that. Let's add on some shops. Got go-karts, which could also fit in here very nicely. We can make a nice long station and have them rip through there, which I might do. I need to look at the cost of that versus any of the other prospects that we have and see which one is the better option for us. All right, we can open that up because we know what its ratings are now. All right, I think we're gonna have to increase the cost of our park getting into it because it's too cheap. But we'll maintain for a little while here. Because we're over halfway to our goal. We're still in August. Feeling okay. I love watching, like, when we fast forward through here, the regularity of which the coasters go through their stuff. It's just very fun to watch. I don't know. It's just one of those comforting things that I just love. All right. Let's take a look here. We're going to slow the game down just a touch. And by a touch, I mean all the way back down. We're now $24 park. What are people coming to us with anyway? Okay. Oh, we got an Enterprise? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. So we should be making some more money off of each guest coming in now, which should help us out significantly here in the very near future as we continue to ramp up this park a little bit. What is the line like on this bad boy now? 9 minutes. What are people thinking? All right. 320. What is this one making us? 400. Yeah, see, like the log flume, just with the increased capacity, just it purely means people are going to ride it more. It's a 9-minute line and it is full. So there's that, but the guests don't seem to be complaining, mainly because we have TVs at every freaking spot and we also have an entertainer somewhere in there. All right. I'm pretty happy with where we're at right now. We're at 600 guests. We're about to be able to pay back some of our loan, which is fantastic. I think we could probably win this entire thing without ever repaying the loan. If we just went balls to the wall and just started buying everything, I think we could probably win this one really fast. We got a Giga Coaster. Oh, That's one of the new ones that was in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It was not in the original game. Really, really fun. I know I used it sometimes during Roller Coaster Tycoon in the playthrough of the one before, but I just played with what Open RCT gave me. But yeah, that was a big deal when I came out in this one. Again, this is bringing back a lot of nostalgia for me. Just lots of memories, lots of things that I completely forgot about, which I really, really dig right now. All right. Do I want to go with the little truck ride? I think I do. I think that's what I want to make next. So we'll do that. Log bumps, log bumps, log bumps. We'll wait for some more cash. It's okay. One of the other reasons I can build this is because it's really cheap. What was that? The length of queues in the park. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just what it is, guys. Queue time. Sort. Yeah, that's just what it's going to be, guys, unfortunately. We can at least help this one out a little bit by adding one of you guys in there. There we go. All right, so that one's going to be where it's at. We'll eventually get this piece put in. It'll come through here and then loop back over to there eventually. We're at 750-ish guests already. Put some more log bumps in there. Turn, turn, tighter turn. Boom, boom, boom. Again, nothing crazy. We have 16 of them. It's free. We'll get the rest of that figured out in a moment. Need to build that out for it. There we go. I gotta paint this thing because it's a disaster. Advertising campaign finished. Okay, no worries. There we go. And then we're going to cover up this area with some trees and stuff. Now we don't have the money to do it, but we'll get all that in there soon enough. But this area is going to get a little bit more forested up, and I think it'll look way better. And hopefully be able to do a whole bunch more stuff for us. So let's see what we can do here as we have our first car coming in. Oh, no, car one is already there. All right, so what is that? It's 1 minute and 41 seconds, so 101. And how many do we have? 16. That should be pretty quick. So minimum wait time or max wait time is going to be like 6. Minimum wait time is going to be more like 3. Now we can open this up. And Bob's your uncle. All right, let's go through and theme out some of this. Again, nothing wild. Just trying to make it look like it wasn't just plopped into this quarry of rocks and all that. We'll get some more of this stuff in there for both of these rides, actually. Oh, we're out of cash, so we just need to wait for more cash to come our way. Expensive little scenery piece here. All right, and then we'll throw some trees in there. Hyper coaster. All right, we can stop researching coasters at this point. I'll even put some general rides in just because they do make us, well, they don't make us money, but they do eat capacity. All right, so we'll get those in. I'm just going to borrow some money because I'm tired of waiting on being able to do dumb stuff like this. And then we'll do some of these. Bam, bam. All right. How's that look all the way across all this stuff? All right, we are at April year 2. We have, what, about 300 or so guests to go. Nothing big deal, actually 225-ish guests to go. We should be in real good shape here. It's just a matter of time at this point, but we will make sure we do the job. I do want to build another coaster. I do want to get some more thrill rides in. So let's focus on the thrill ride aspect of this right now. We'll get an Enterprise put in here. Test that out, make sure everybody's happy with it. Which, how could you not be? Enterprises are the greatest. Probably gonna need to throw another bathroom back here somewhere. Probably throw some food back there as well. And if we were allowed to charge for rides in this one, this would be over. We would have easily won at this point, but we can't, and that's okay. You can see our capacity is slowly growing to the size of the park, but it's not there yet. So I just need to wait for 250 bucks. We got some bumper cars, heck yeah. We're over 900 guests. We have under 200 guests left to get. There we are. We have our third drink stall. They're not all separated by that much, but enough. And I'm pretty happy with this little slice of stuff that we have. I want to fill in this area here. We're probably going to build... So I want to have another thing come up past Phallic Lake or just leave it as is. I think we'll probably just leave it as is. And build an end cap over here, and then maybe something in there. I don't know. So I do one of these. All right, we're got the 35,000, so I want to borrow a good bit of money here to make our next coaster. Need at least 6 or 7. 8 is even better. Let's see, this one went all the way up to 75. Wow, I didn't realize I got it quite that much. There we go. Now, I built this as a steel looping coaster on purpose because I actually would rather have built this as a Giga coaster, but it's going to eat up so much cash to do that I don't want to deal with that, so we're not going to. Let's go to the right. And to the right again. And I want to pull out even more cash because I want to be done with this one. And I also really want to make a fun coaster. I just really want to see what it does here. Fine. Fine. How's it do up here? Should get up there, no problem. Alright, so I want to throw an on-ride photo section there. We'll do that. Do that. And it's going to come into brakes. All right, that all looks good. We should be able to build out from there, I think. That will line up with that. Then this pathway is going to come over, up, and go over into there. Get that going. Test that out. We're going to call this limeade because it's lime and then lemonade colored. I'm creative, leave me alone. All right, we get this put in there like so. Do all of that. There we go. All right, let's see what this thing does. Make sure it's rated properly. All right, minute and 22 seconds is 82 divided by 2. I love when it's even. It's 41. So we're gonna hold it in the station for like 35 and a minimum of 30, and then we can open this up, and then we're gonna borrow some cash, and we're gonna advertise for this ride in particular. Boom. Happy with all of that. We have open space here that I'm going to eventually fill with something else. What I should have done is kept these guys and moved them up here and then had this be another pathway over so I could build a few more additional rides there, which I honestly still could do. Just take a look and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, we can do that. So we'll do something that looks like that. Fantastic. Do we have a spiral slide? No. Okay. We have bumper cars though. Gonna smack in there. We already have blue in that area. Yellow. Green, yeah. What color do I want to use? We'll go with purple. There we go. Now we have room for another ride right there. We did not use up a lot of this park. Like, if you take a look at this thing, it's not used heavily, but it's doing the work. We're at 990 guests. We're in July of year 2, at the beginning of July, year 2. We only have 110 guests to get. We have advertising going, which should help us out. We'll bring that admission price up to $30. I think that's fair. And then we're going to try to repay some of that loan. See, I spent a lot of money on that coaster. What was that last message? All right. Flying saucers. Oh, and you know what we can do also? We can just bring that down to normal funding. We don't need any more general rides. We don't need any more thrill rides. We're okay. If we get splash boats, I'd be very happy, but that's the only thing that we really need. And honestly, we're not going to get there before we run out of time anyway. Because if you take a look, we have just like 57 more guests that we need to get. And then we have 1. So we're going to do that. Oh, there's guys already cleaning it up. Beautiful. I love when they do their job and do it properly and quickly and all of the things. All right. I want to throw in more rides. There's no real reason to. I think we have this one taken care of at this point. There we go. Throw a big giant one in there. The line for this is going to go beyond Phallic Lake. It's actually going to go on Phallic Lake, because what I can do is I can put another 3x3 ride here. Actually, should be able to do that. Open that one up. So what we can do here is put another 3x3 ride. The exit goes this way, so it can go out, and then we can put an entrance on there. Nothing big deal. We are the safest park in the country as well, so we got that going for us. We have, what, 26, 25, or less than that, 30 people left to go. 30, or, wow, 20. I kind of dig these little short cars though. They kind of look, they're very entertaining looking. Pop goes the balloon. All right, we need 8 more people. I'm gonna throw in, is it throwing a scrambler real fast? Go in there, that would go there. And we can open that one up now. And throw that in there. It's gonna get a red line because it's red themed. There we go. And then we're gonna throw in some type of, there it is. All right, folks, so that was Factory Capers. I actually really like what we came up with. It's small, compact, and has decent capacity for a really tiny little park. But that's gonna wrap us up here for today. Thank you for joining me for Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.